We are here at Mart Lanes in Rouse's Point for the NCCS and Saranac Chiefs bowling match. And starting off for NCCS is Landon Goslin, who gets a gutter ball. Starting off for the Saranac Chiefs is Taylor Chappell, who got a gutter ball on his first ball. And he leaves one pin and gets 9 for the frame. And Goslin gets 7 for his first frame. Up for Saranac is Austin Postlethwaite, who throws a gutter ball on his first ball. For NCCS is Chris Cokes, who leaves the 10 pin. Postlethwaite for the Chiefs gets 7 for his frame. Coates for NCCS misses his spare and gets 9 for his first frame. Up for the Chiefs in the first frame is JJ Simard, who gets a strike. For NCCS is Matt Jolliker, who gets 8 down on his first ball. Ben Albury is now up for the Saranac Chiefs, and he leaves 2. He left the 1-7. Jolliker for NCCS picked up his spare. Albury now shooting for his spare for the Saranac Chiefs, and he missed both pins. Joey Robert is now up for NCCS. And left the 7 pin standing. Anchor bowler for the Saranac Chiefs is James Leduc, who leaves 4 pins standing up on his first ball. Joey Robert puts up his spare. Good job, bud. Keep it up. The Duke picked up his spare for the Saranac Chiefs. Kyle Siebert is now up for NCCS. He also left the 7 pin on his first ball. Goslin now starting off the second frame for NCCS. Threw a gutter ball, and Siebert, who finished the first frame for NCCS, missed his spare and got 9 for the frame.
Kyle said he will, because the medium's a little bit tight for him, he'd take large and he'd give me a medium. Thank you.
Chappell now up for Saranac. Leaves 3 on his first ball.
Alright, so put this back in here.
Goslin got 9 on his second ball. Now up is Chris Coates, who leaves 2 standing.
Is that back to Watsy?
Chapel gets 1 out of the 3 he left.
Thank you.
Chris Coates missed his spare in the second frame. Now up for Saranac is Postal Weight. He leaves 3 pins standing on his first ball. Up for NCCS is Matt Jolliker. Who leaves the 6-10 standing on his first ball.
Is it tomorrow your brother's taking pictures?
Postal Weight got 2 out of the 3.
They have practice Thursday? Yeah. Okay, I was only told about Thursday. Okay.
Jolliker picked up his spare for NCCS.
That TSS did, they're too dark.
Now up is Simard for the Saranac Chiefs, and he got a strike.
Brother's going to do pictures not cheaper than what TSS did. And I didn't think their prices.
Robert is now up for NCCS, throwing his first ball in the second frame.
The lighting was off there.
And he leaves the 4-7.
Made them dark. Now they got the lighting fixed. I wanted to know what days so I can make sure Joey has his phones.
Auberry now up for Saranac.
Good stuff.
Leaves the solid 6 pin. Robert gets 1 out of the 2.
Can't miss those easy ones, buddy. Come on. Focus. Sorry. Focus, buddy.
Auberry now shooting his spare. Missed his. Siebert now up for NCCS in the second frame. Though got a ball his first ball. Now up is James LeDuc for Saranac. He leaves the 4-7-10 standing on his first ball. Siebert going for his spare. Gets 6 for the frame. LeDuc picks up his spare for Saranac.
Okay.
Starting the third frame off for Saranac is Taylor Chapel. And for NCCS is Landon Goslin. Chapel leaves 3 pins standing. Goslin leaves 4 pins. Chapel going for his spare for White Saranac. Picks it up. Goslin for NCCS is going for his. Gets 2 out of the 4.
Stranger. You're early.
Postal Weight up for Saranac. Gets a strike.
Got no profession.
Coates up for NCCS. Gets a strike for his third frame. Simard for the Chiefs is coming in the third frame on a double and leaves a solid 10 pin standing. Jolliker now up for NCCS. Gets a strike. Simard just barely missed his spare for Saranac. Robert now up for NCCS in the third frame here at the Beaumont Lanes. Left a solid 10 pin. Alberry for Saranac nail up. Gets a strike. Robert gets his spare for NCCS.
Good ball, buddy.
Anchor bowler for Saranac. James Leduc is now up to round off the third frame. And he gets a strike. Anchor bowler for NCCS, Kyle Siebert. Leaves the 2 pin on his first ball. Starting off the fourth frame is Landon Goslin, who leaves the 5-7. Siebert now shooting his spare, gets it.
Come on, Bray.
Goslin misses his. Chappell is now up for Saranac and gets a strike.
Much better, Brian.
Coates leaves the 7-10. Postal weight for Saranac. Gets 5 pins down on his first ball. Coates picks up the 7 pin. Postal weight for Saranac, shooting at his spare, and he gets 3 out of the 5 that he left. Jaliker for NCCS is now up and leaves the 5-7. And Simmered for Saranac leaves the 3-6 standing. Jaliker gets 1 out of the 2. And Simmered for Saranac picks up his spare. Joey Robert now up for NCCS. Leaves a solid 7 pin standing on his first ball. Fourth bowler Ben Alberry for Saranac now bowling. Alberry also left a 7 pin standing. Robert missed his spare in the 4th. Alberry shooting for his spare. Gets it. Siebert for NCCS now up. Leaves 3 standing on his first ball. And now James Leduc for Saranac. Also left 3 standing on his first ball. Siebert puts up his spare in the 4th frame for NCCS. And as does James Leduc from Saranac. Starting the 5th frame for the Chiefs is Taylor Chappell, who comes in on a strike. Leaves the 6-10 standing. Goslin up for NCCS, leaves the 1-2-10. Chappell picks up his spare for Saranac here in the 5th frame. And Goslin gets 2 out of the 3 he left in the 5th frame. Postal weight for Saranac, now up, leaves 3 standing on his first ball. Chris Coates for NCCS, leaves 4 standing. Postal weight missed the 3 pins he left to get 7 for the 5th frame. Coates for NCCS picks up his spare. Jolliker now up for NCCS. Leaves the 1-2-4-10. Simmered for Saranac, left the 3-6-10 standing on his first ball. Jolliker gets 2 out of the 4 pins, where Simmered for Saranac puts up his spare. Robert now up for NCCS. Gets a strike in the 5th frame. Ben Albury now up for Saranac. Leaves a solid 10 pin standing. Siebert up for NCCS during his first ball. Leaves the 3 pin. Albury picks up the 10 pin for his spare in the 5th frame. Siebert puts up his spare in the 5th frame for NCCS. Finishing off the 5th frame for Saranac is James Ledoux. Leaves a solid 10 pin standing. Sixth frame here for Saranac is Taylor Chappell, who gets a strike. And Ledoux gets his spare for Saranac. Postal weight now up for Saranac in the 6th frame. Gets a gutter ball on his first ball. Landon Goslin for NCCS. leaves the 8-10.
Rick, want to come out of the gutter and he did it? I don't know if he knows it or not.
Goslin shooting for his spare. Misses it. Chris Coates up for NCCS.
Thank you, bud.
Supposed to wait for Saranac shooting his second ball. Picks up the spare. Cokes for NCCS. Gets a strike. Simmer now up for Saranac, gets a strike. Joliker for NCCS. Leaves the 1-3 sit standing on his first ball. Aubrey for Saranac, now up in the 6th frame, gets a strike. And Joliker gets 2 out of the 3 that he left standing. James Ledoux now up for Saranac. Left the 3, 4, 6, 7 standing. Robert now up for NCCS. Gets a double.
We'll take it, buddy. We'll take it.
Ledoux now shooting at his spare. Gets 2 out of the 4. Siebert now up for NCCS. Leaves the 1-3, 7-10. Goslin starting the 7th frame for NCCS. Leaves the 1-2-4 on his first ball. Siebert shooting his spare. Gets 3 out of the 4. Goslin in the 7th frame for NCCS picked up his spare. Chappell now up for Saranac in the 7th frame. Gets a double. Coates, who is working on 1 strike in the 6th frame. Now bowling in the 7th for NCCS. Leaves the 4-7. Postal wait for Saranac, now up. Left 3 standing. Coates gets his spare for NCCS in the 7th frame. Postal wait misses his spare in the 7th frame for Saranac. Jolliker now up for NCCS in the 7th frame. Leaves the solid 3-pin. Simmered for Saranac, gets a strike. Jolliker for NCCS missed his spare in the 7th frame. Barry for Saranac gets a double. Robert for NCCS now up. Gets 3 straights in the 7th frame. Leduc for Saranac, rounding off the 7th frame for them. Gets a strike. Siebert for NCCS. Now throwing his first ball. Leaves the 4-7. Goslin starting the 8th frame out. Leaves the 6-10. Siebert shooting his spare, misses it. Goslin gets his spare in the 8th for NCCS. Now up for Saranac is Taylor Chappell, coming in on a double, and gets another strike for a turkey. Cokes now up for NCCS in the 8th frame. Gets a strike. Postal weight now up for Saranac. Leaves the 7-8 standing on the first ball.
Oh, there he is.
Did you? Yay, show it.
I forgot.
Jolliker now up for NCCS. And Postal weight is shooting for his spare for Saranac. Postal weight gets 1 out of the 2 pins. Jolliker shooting his first ball. Leaves 4 pins standing. Simard for Saranac now up, coming in on a double. Gets another strike for a turkey. Jolliker shooting for his spare. Gets 2 out of the 4 that he left.
Come on, Joey.
Alberry now up, comes in on a double in the 6th and 7th frame. Rolling here in the 8th. Leaves 1 standing. Robert coming in on 3 straights. Leaves the 4-7 standing on his first ball. Alberry shooting for his spare, who left the 9 pin. Gets it. Robert for his spare. Gets 1 out of the 2 for him. Leduc for Saranac now up. Rounding out the 8th frame. He gets a double. Siebert for NCCS. Gets a strike. Goslin for NCCS now up, who comes in on a spare in the 8th frame. Gets a strike. Chapel for Saranac now up. Leaves 1 pin standing on his first ball. Cougars for NCCS coming in on a strike in the 8th frame. Gets a double. And Chapel picks up his spare in the 9th for Saranac.
Nice ball.
Joliker up for NCCS here in the 9th frame. Leaves a solid 10 pin. Postal weight for Saranac. Comes in on an open. Leaves a 3 pin standing. Joliker missed his spare in the 9th frame for NCCS. Post to wait for Saranac, picks up his spare. Robert now up for NCCS in the 9th frame. Leaves the 4-7-8 standing. Simmered for Saranac. Comes in on 3 straights. Leaves the 6 pin standing. Robert missed his spare in the 9th frame for NCCS. Simmered for the Chiefs. Picks up his spare in the 9th frame. Siebert now up for NCCS, rounding out the 9th frame. Gets a strike.
Or easy ones. Right over on this corner again. Missed every one of them.
Alberry for Saranac gets a strike in the 9th frame. Chapel starting the 10th frame for Saranac. Leaves a 3-6-10 on his first ball. Leduc rounding out the 9th frame of the first game here. Leaves the 6-10 on his first ball. He came in on a double. Chapel going for his. Gets 2 out of the 3 pins. He finishes with a 182 game for the Saranac Chiefs. The Duke for Saranac puts up his spare. Austin Postal wait for Saranac now up. He comes in on a spare in the 9th. He leaves the 4-7 standing on his first ball. Landon Goslin for NCCS now bowling his 10th frame. He came in on a strike and left the 1-2-4 on his first ball. Post to wait for Saranac now shooting his spare. Gets 1 out of the 2 he left. Goslin for NCCS picked up his spare. Post the weight finishes with a 109 game for Saranac. Up now is JJ Simard for Saranac. He comes in on a spare. He gets a strike on his first ball in the 10th frame. Goslin gets 9 down on his fill ball. He ends with a 126 game. Simard now shooting a second ball of the 10th frame. Gets 8. Coates for NCCS coming in on a double. Shooting his first ball. Gets another strike for a turkey. Simard shooting on his spare, gets it. He ends with a 213 game for the Saranac Chiefs. Cougars for NCCS gets 8 pins down. He left the 1-3. For his first ball on his second shot of the 10th frame. Ben Albury now up for Saranac. In the 10th frame, he comes in on a strike. Leaves the 3-6 standing on his first ball. Coates going for his spare. Gets 1 out of the 2 he left. He will finish with a 182 game for NCCS. Albury for Saranac shooting at his spare. Gets it. He'll now have a fill ball. Joliker for NCCS now up in the 10th frame. Gets a strike. Albury shooting his fill ball in the 10th, gets a strike. He will finish with a 185 game for Saranac. Joliker shooting his first ball of his second shot in the 10th frame. For NCCS, will leave the 3-6 standing. Joliker now shooting at his spare in the 10th frame. Will pick it up. He finishes with a 129 game for NCCS. Robert now up in the 10th frame. He'll leave 4 pins standing on his first ball.
Hey, come on, bud.
Robert shooting at his spare, pits it up in the 10th frame. He will now have a fill ball for NCCS. Shooting the fill ball for NCCS is Joey Robert, who will leave 9 pins, who will get 9 pins down, leaving 1 standing. Finishes with a 167 game.
Up from here,
James Leduc starting for Saranac finally gets a strike in the 10th frame. Siebert now up, comes in on a double in the 8th. From the 8th and 9th frame. And he'll end up getting a turkey on the first ball in the 10th. Leduc shooting his second shot. Leaves a solid 10-pin standing. Siebert shooting his second shot of the 10th frame. Will get another strike. Leduc shooting his spare, who left a 10-pin. He'll end up picking it up and he'll finish with a 188 for Saranac. Siebert now on 4 strikes. We'll get 9, leave 1 pin standing for a 173 game for NCCS.
Thanks to Christina Robert for taking us through the boys A match. We're now going to move on to the boys B. They have finished just a few minutes ahead of the girls, so we're going to pick up on the boys B, then end up with the girls. A strike to lead it off for Pat Robert, who is probably a long distance relative of Christina Robert, otherwise known as Robert. That's Aaron Misak with a 9-pin first ball. We're in game 2, Saranac Chiefs visiting Northeastern Clinton, January 25th, 2011. And we got back-to-back strikes as Albert Stickle strikes for the Chiefs. And we've got Misak going for his spare. He will pick it up. And I'll bring up Chad Smith for Saranac. And Smith, it's questionable. Looked like it might have gone in the gutter first. He's looking around. Nobody is questioning it, so he will live with it. That's first pin of the game. So 9 shooting for 9 or shooting for 10 doesn't really matter too much. Eric Dupy got looked like about 7 pins, and Chad Smith gets 1 for the frame as he throws the gutter ball. There's Dupy. Dupy will miss his spare. I think this might be the first time we've seen Dupy. I'm not sure I've seen him before. Must have moved up to the B team. Now we got Francis Frederick. And Frederick gets about 5 pins. And we'll bring up Morgan Wyatt for Northeastern. They come from behind for the Cougar A in the first game. They were leading, then Saranac went ahead, and a strong 10th frame pulled it out for the Cougars. Here's Frederick going for his spare. He gets 9 for the frame. Here's Wyatt, and Wyatt will pick up a spare. Paul Carter steps up for the Chiefs to finish up frame number 1 in the second game. And Corey Manor for the Cougars. Manor will get 9 for the frame. And of course Carter got the strike. Misak should be up for the Cougars, but he's not. And He's coming up now. Here's Josh Frenier. Well, Misek slowly gets up here to start the second frame on lane 16, and he gets a strike. There's Frenier going for his spare, and leaves just the might have been the 8-pin. We have Dupe for Northeastern, and Dupe gets 9 pins in his first ball. And Pat Robert for the Chiefs, starting frame number 2 for Saranac. Dupe will pick up his spare, yes. Robert will put his in the gutter, and Morgan Wyatt will step up for the Cougars. Wyatt gets 7. And here's Albert Stickle working on a strike. Stickle gets 9 pins in his first ball, and Wyatt will get 9 for the frame. There's Stickle going for his spare. He will go to the left of it. Quickly gets this to Corey Manor. Strike for Chad Smith. Manor got 9 pins. Manor will pick up his spare. No, missed it by an inch. Here's Frederick. Now Frenier for the Cougars. Frenier rides the rail and gets about 5 pins. Frederick going for his spare. Gets 7 for the frame. And a spare for Josh Frenier. Here's Carter, the Saranac anchor bowler, and he strikes in the second. So we go to the third, and Pat Robert will throw the first ball in the third. And he gets 7. Misek up for Northeastern. And Misek will get a pin or 2. Robert. He missed everything. Misek has a bunch of them to shoot at, and he will get most of them. He'll leave the 1-2. There's Albert Stickle. He leaves a picket fence, the 1-2-4-7. And Eric Dupe leaves the 6-10.
I'll go. Dad, I'll
go. Stickle gets the spare with a late dropping 4-pin. And Dupe puts his in the gutter. Leaving the 1-3 is Chad Smith. And Morgan Wyatt up for the Cougars. Leaves the 5-pin. And get 9 for the frame was Smith. There's Wyatt going for the 5 pin. And he covers it. And Frederick up for the Chiefs, and he gets a strike. A strike for Corey Manor. He kind of apologizes for it. And a strike for the Chiefs for Paul Carter. We have Josh Crenier. No sign of Misek stepping up yet. Frenier gets a strike, and now Misek gets up off the bench. I like bowlers that are up there ready to go. And there's a strike from Misek. And 7 pins for Pat Robert. Eric Dupuy puts it in the gutter. Robert going for his spare. Looks like he has the 1-3-8. Gets the 8. Dupuy got about 5 pins for the frame. Stickle gets 7 on his first ball. Wyatt steps up. And Wyatt leaves the 1-3-6. Stickle gets 9 for the frame. Left the 4 pin. There's Wyatt. And Wyatt with the spare. And Chad Smith picks up a strike for Saranac. Manor for the Cougars. Leaves just the, I'm not sure if it's the 6 or the 10. Here's Frederick for Saranac, and he gets a strike. That is the 10 pin that Manor needs to pick up, and he'll get it. And it gets us to Carter, the anchor bowler for Saranac, who is working on a triple, and he gets his first non-strike in the second game. He had 3 in a row to start it. Here's Frenier, and Frenier leaves a 6-7-10. Carter barely gets the mark. He'll take it. So he has marked in all 4 frames thus far. And Frenier up for the Cougars. Puts it in the gutter. He'll get 7 for the frame. Misek up for Northeastern. Misek working on a strike. We need to turn our camera here. Not adjust your sets. And leaving the 3-6-10 is Pat Robert. There's Misek. You'll miss it. Says, c'est la vie. Whatever will be, will be. Spare for Robert. Now we have Dupuy. Dupuy with a strike. Dupuy looked like he wanted to grin, but didn't do it. Stickle. Gets 6 on his first ball. And we got Wyatt for the Cougars. He leaves a 10 pin. Stickle gets 7 for the frame. And he's obviously a fan of Russian bowlers. He said something about Bolshevik bowlers, about the Bolshevik Revolution many years ago. There's Smith and Manor. Oh, 9 pins for Manor. Smith. He picks up his spare. Manor looking for his spare. He will pick it up. And Frederick up for Saranac. Leaves a 4-6-10. And Grenier for the Cougars. In the gutter. And Frederick will miss his spare, get 8 for the frame. Grenier with a 10 pin, looking for a 10 pin spare. He's going to get 0 for the frame. And we got Carter for Saranac. Pat Robert should be starting the 6th frame, but he waits till Carter finishes. Carter puts his in the gutter. What we got there? 5:38. Not sure. We'll have to catch it next time we switch. Robert gets 6 pins. The team total is blocked out here on the monitor on the left. Oh, late drop on the 5. Misek will gladly take that one. Robert for the Chiefs. Leaves the 7-10. He gets 8 for the frame. Now here's Dupe. And Dupe gets about 4 or 5. Stickle for Saranac. Leaves double wood. Looks like the 1-5. Now here's Dupe. Dupe misses them all. And Stickle will miss his. Morgan Wyatt up for Northeastern. Leaves the 1-3-6. Chad Smith. Nice spare for Smith. This is Frederick, Francis Frederick. Leaving the 5 pin was Manor. Spare for Manor. Frederick will pick up his. we have Josh Frenier. He strikes. And Paul Card. Excuse me. Fighting with a cough drop here. Paul Carter. He struck. Pat Robert starting his 7th frame. Leaves the 5-9. Aaron Misek rides the rail and comes back to get, what is that? 7 pins. In the gutter for Robert. Misek needs to pick up 4 pins. Darn it. He gets 9 for the frame. 7 pins in his first ball for Stickle in the 7th. And Dupe leaves the 4-7-10. Stickle with the 5-6-10. Almost got it. Had to get it right between the 2 and push the 6 into the 10, but all he got was the 5. We have Smith getting 7 pins. Wyatt. Smith misses his spare. Wyatt gets 8 pins. Nine pins for Wyatt. Here's Frederick. Manor up for the Cougars. The strike. Frederick gets 3 for the frame. Josh Frenier for Northeastern. And Paul Carter for Saranac. Frenier. It's 9. Carter picks up the spare. Let's check the team total. 674 to 666. The Devils number for the Cougars. That's with handicap. We're starting the 8th frame. This is Pat Robert. And he gets just the 7 pin. Aaron Misek. Misek leaves the 6-10. Seven for the frame for Robert. Stickle going for his spare. He will pick it up. And we have Dupe for the Cougars. About 5 pins for Smith. There's Wyatt. He leaves the 3-5. 7 pins for Smith. Wyatt going for his spare. He'll pick it up. Frederick for the Chiefs. Leaves the 10 pin on his first ball. Now we have Manor for the Cougars. Leaves the picket fence, the 1-3-6-10. And Frederick will pick it up. Picked it up. 9 pins for the frame for Manor. Carter up for the Chiefs. Defying Gravity gets only 9 pins in the first ball. Renier up for the Cougars. He gets 7 pins, leaves the 1-3-8, I think, and an open for Carter. Renier gets 9 for the frame. Team total will be 720 to 726 as we start the 9th frame. Saranac up by 6 pins. Misek leaves the 5 pin. Robert gets to 7. Spare for Misek. And Robert will get 1 for the frame. Now we have Dupuy for the Cougars. And Dupuy leaves the 7-5, I believe.
Alright, Landon, shake it off.
And leaving the 10 pin. So Stickle. Dupuy will get 9 for the frame. Stickle will do likewise. Chad Smith for Saranac. Morgan Wyatt for the Cougars. Smith leaves 6. Frederick for the Chiefs. Leaves the 2-4-5-7. And Wyatt spares. Frederick gets 7 for the frame. Manor up for the Cougars. Leaves the 5 pin. Carter for the Chiefs. Leaves the 5-6. Carter gets 9 for the frame. Manor gets 9 also. So the total for the Chiefs is 771. Saranac has completed 9 frames. We have Frenier left to bowl for the Cougars. leaves the 1, 2, 4, 7. And Frenier will leave the 7 pin. So it's 771 to 773. Unfortunately, we can't see that bottom number, so we're not really going to know who took this game until we read about it in the paper. 9 pins for Misek to start the 10th. A gutter ball for Robert. Misek misses his spare. So his second game has come to an end. And Robert gets nothing in the 10th. So it's 138 for Misek. Here's Dupe. He gets a strike. Now we got what, a 79 for Robert. Nine pins for Stickle. And Misek leaves the 4 pin. Going for the 7 pin here is Stickle. He will put it in the gutter. So he'll have an open. Give it. Oh, let's check out Misek here. Misek gets an open. Okay, that's Stickle. Finishes with a 114. And we have Smith getting 7 pins, leaving the 1, 2, 4. A 102 for Dupe. Wyatt gets 6 pins. And another open here in the 10th. I don't think anybody has marked in the 10th, have they? Well, it's a 104 for Smith. Wyatt gets an open. Frederick. Oh, 126 for Wyatt. Here's Frederick. And we got Manor. Manor gets 7 pins. And the total so far. Carter up for the Chiefs. A strike, finally a mark. Finally a mark in the 10th. Manor gets 8 for the frame. So Manor gets a 149. Carter gets 9 as the 6 pin stays. Grenier leaves the 7 pin. There's the last ball for Carter. Picks up the spare. Give him a 181. And a spare for Grenier. Well, let's see, just adding up 3, 5, 5, 1, and 7 would be something ending in a 1. And that's, the strike. And it's 8:59. Not sure what the totals are for Saranac. We're going to move on to the girls' A team in their third game. Don't go away. We have 9 pins for the first ball in game 3. That's Lindsay Koch up for Saranac. And here's Aaliyah McGoldrick for Northeastern. Saranac at Northeastern at the Mart on January 25th, 2011. CVAC High School Bowling. An exclusive presentation of Hometown Cable. And a spare for Koch. We want to thank Christina Robert for taking us through the first game, the A boys, where she has a direct rooting interest with her brother Joey. There's McGoldrick. She picks up a spare. And Sabrina Bruce will step up for the Miss Chiefs. She gets a strike. There's Christina's ponytail. And it was Christina. While we were doing that, Sarah Adams was busy making a strike. And we've got Jade Lakers getting 9 pins and strutting back. And Brianna Smith up for Northeastern. Rides the rail and gets about 7. Now we have Lakers. Lakers picks up the spare. And 8 for the frame for Smith. And this is Catherine Weiss. And she gets 8 pins, and Janelle Menard up for Northeastern for the strike. Weiss misses her spare. And Katie Hawksby up for Cougars. Leaves the 138, I guess. That's Ashley Rock for Saranac. Hawksby going for her spare. She gets it. Rock going for her spare, and she will get 8 for the frame. Lindsay Koch. Gets 6. And Aaliyah McGoldrick up for Northeastern. McGoldrick gets about 5. Koch will miss her spare. There's McGoldrick. McGoldrick gets 7 for the frame. For Saranac, we have Sabrina Bruce and Sarah Adams. Adams had that strike off camera in the first frame. On camera, she leaves a 7-9. Bruce will miss her spare. Adams for the Cougars. Gets 8 for the frame. Jade Lakers leaves 3 pins on her first ball. Al Smith for Northeastern. She leaves the 6-10. There's Lakers. And Lakers picks up the spare. She's quite pleased with that one and can't blame her. There's Smith. In the gutter, Weiss. And Weiss will leave 5. Janelle Menard steps up for the Cougars. And Menard gets 8 pins. Weiss going for her spare. And she gets 7 for the frame. There's Menard going for a spare. She will pick it up. And Ashley Rock up for Saranac. Rock leaves the 3-5-6. And we have Hawksby for the Cougars. Hawksby gets 5 pins. Rock for Saranac will miss her spare. Leaves the 4-5. Actually, the 3-5. Hawksby gets 9 for the frame. McGoldrick up now in the 3rd frame for the Cougars. And McGoldrick gets 6 pins. Koch for the Mischiefs. She gets 6 pins. Very close. I can't see the last digit, but they're both in the 340s. The total pins, 9 pins from McGoldrick. And Koch for the Mischiefs. Gets 6 for the frame. Here's Sarah Adams.
Josh, doesn't this make you come more often?
Double pinnacle. Double pinnacle. There's Bruce. Bruce gets all but the 7. Adams looking to pick up her split. And oh, good try by Sarah Adams. Miss for Sabrina Bruce. And we have Brianna Smith up. Riding the rail and 1, 2, 8, 6 maybe. Can't always get the depth of the pins. Lakers gets 7, leaves the 3, 6, 10. Smith going for her spare, will miss it. Leaves the, that must be the 1-2-8. Left the 1-2-8. Now Lakers. Lakers picks up her spare. Menard for the Cougars. Leaves a 7-8. Or is that, what is that? The 5-8. That just might be the 5-7. Or yeah, I'm not sure. Again, it's a depth. Weiss gets 6 pins in her first ball. 9 for the frame for Menard. Catherine Weiss has the 1-3-6-10 picket fence, and she will miss them all. Hawksby up for the Cougars. She leaves the 1-3-8. Now Ashley Rock for Saranac. And she gets all but the 10 pin. Hawksby for the Cougars. Picks up a spare. And a spare for Ashley Rock also. I'll bring up the 4th frame and bring up Lindsay Koch. And she gets 4. McGoldrick up for the Cougars. McGoldrick leads the 4-7. There's Koch. She will miss her spare. All the pins are on the right, and she threw it in the left gutter. McGoldrick up now for the Cougars. And McGoldrick picks up her spare. Bruce for Saranac. Leaves. Oh, got them all. Got them all. Looks like the 6 pin was going to stand, and all the other pins, probably the 10, swung around and knocked it over. Here's Adams. She leaves what looks from this angle to be the 1-2-9. And Jade Lakers rides the rail, slices in, or hooks in, I should say, and picks off 6 with that hook. Here's Adams. Gets 9 for the frame. Lakers. And she spares. Smith up for Northeastern. Throws it in the gutter. So it's 420 something to. It's Weiss. Let's see, 420 something. Now 4-1 something. Saranac slightly ahead as Smith gets 7 for the frame. Weiss will miss her spare. Menard for the Cougars. And Menard gets all but the 10 pin. I bring up Ashley Rock for the Mischiefs. And Rock with a strike. And now here's Menard. Menard misses her spare. Hawksby for the Cougars as McGoldrick gets ready to start the next frame. Hawksby picks off 7. McGoldrick starting the 5th frame. Game 3. And she gets 9 pins on her first ball. Hawksby will miss her spare. So at the moment the Cougars are ahead. Here's McGoldrick missing her spare, getting an open here in the 5th. And Koch up for Saranac. With 6 pins. Adams now for Northeastern. Adams will leave the 1-2-10. Koch misses them all. There's Sarah Adams. Gets 8 for the frame. Bruce up for Saranac. He gets 6 pins. Smith up for the Cougars. And she gets 7 pins. Bruce will miss her spare, get 7 for the frame. Smith picks up the spare. Now Lakers for Saranac. And she leaves the 5 pin. Menard up for the Northeastern. And Menard with a strike. In the gutter for Lakers. Gets us to Hawksby for Northeastern. Hawksby leaves the 1-2-4. And Weiss steps up for Saranac. Weiss leaves the 4-6, so it's a tough split to pick up. Hawksby's 1-2-4 looks a little more doable. But she will miss the head pin. Here's Weiss. And she puts hers in the gutter. 490 something for the Cougars. 490 something for Saranac. Here's Rock. Rock gets 7 pins. And a strike for Koch. Cougar coach Rick Dumas observing. There's Rock looking for a spare. She will miss it. Lee on the boulder. He gets all but the 7. Bruce up for the Mischiefs. Gets 5 pins. McGoldrick will miss his spare. Missed it by an inch and a half. Now Bruce. Bruce leaves the 8 pin. Adams. Adams leaves, I think the 3 pin. Now we have Lakers for Saranac. She is one of the Saranac Lakers, obviously. And missing her spare was Adams. Spare for Lakers. Smith up for Northeastern, and Smith will leave the 10 pin. Weiss leaves the 7 pin. Goslin over here has got a 3-7-10 to pick up.
Where's the nice ball?
An open for Smith.
Where's the score?
Weiss shooting her 7-pin. In the gutter. Now get us to Menard for Northeastern.
Yes. Nice ball.
Menard gets 6. Now Rock. Leaves a 1-3-6. Menard up. Menard gets 8. Rock picks up her spare. Hawksby. Hawksby gets 7 pins on her first ball.
Come on, man, get started.
They're what, 550 something to 550 something. McGoldrick giving Joliker some words of advice. McGoldrick leaves a 1-2-4 and Hawksby picks up her spare. McGoldrick picks up her spare, and Koch gets a strike in the 6th frame. Sarah Adams for Northeastern. Left a wiggling 10. Bruce for Saranac gets 6 pins. Adams. Picks up the spare, Bruce.
I tried. That was real close.
Misses everything. Ira Smith. Smith leaves the 2-pin. Picking off a couple was Lakers. Smith misses her spare. Lakers. Picks up her spare. We have Menard for Northeastern. Menard gets 8 pins. Weiss for Saranac. Gets a strike. Strike for Weiss. Menard going for a spare. Will pick it up. And Rock up for Saranac. Leaves the 1-3. Rock the Saranac anchor bowler. Hawksby the Cougar anchor bowler. Hawksby leaves the 1-3-8. Rock will pick up her spare. So it's 620 something to 16 something. Hawksby picks up her spare. She'd given up on it. And when the cheers were there, she figured, hey, I must have made it. Here's McGoldrick, starting the 8th frame. And she gets a split, and Koch leaves a picket fence. So at the moment, it's 6:40 something to 6:30 something. Saranac leading. Leading anywhere from 2 to 18 pins. There's Goldrick. Gets 8 for the frame. Koch will miss her spare. Leaves the 1-2. Bruce for Saranac. She gets all but the 1-2. Adams leaves the 1-2-4-10. There's Bruce. There's Adams. Adams got 9 for the frame. The Lakers for Saranac. Leaves the 3-6-10. Smith up for the Cougars. Leaves the 1-3-6-8. Weiss looking for her spare. Was it in the gutter? Smith gets 8 for the frame. Okay, following Lakers, it's Catherine Weiss. She's up there staring at 10 pins. She's working on a strike. Gets 8 pins. Menard lays the 1-2-4. Looks like the 2-8 for Weiss. Double wood. She defers to Menard. Menard dominoes. Picks hers up. Weiss had to be straight on, and she came in at the front pin at an angle. You've either got to hit the front pin directly into the next, or come in with a hook and have your ball, pick them up, both of them up. Hawksby gets 7 pins. Rock gets a strike. There's Hawksby.
Way down there.
Let's see, Matt Jellifer had a big game here. Let's see what it was, a 231. 641 series. There's McGoldrick. McGoldrick leaves the 5 pin. Now Koch. And McGoldrick on the 9th frame here for the Lady Bowlers. Spare for McGoldrick. And Koch will put hers in the gutter. Adams for the Cougars. Leaves the 2-4-5. Bruce for Saranac. Gets a strike.
Nice job, man.
A spare for Adams. And we got Lakers for Saranac. She leaves the 5-9. Smith for Northeastern. Leaves the 2-4-5. Lakers got it right between them, just enough on each of them. There's Smith. And Smith picks up her spare also. Weiss up for Saranac. Leaves the 1-2-4-5. 1-2-4-7, I should say. And the 1-2-4-10 for Menard. Weiss going after the 1-2-4-7. Misses it. Menard going after the 1-2-4-10. Leaves the 10. 7:30 something to 7:30 something. Here's Rock. Rock gets 9 pins on her first ball in the 9th. Hawksby. Whoa. That pinned at everything but fall. Hawksby was jumping up and down, and she scared it. And Rock picks up her spare without as much drama. Koch plays the 1-2-8 on the 10th frame. McGoldrick for Northeastern. There's a 1-2-3-10. Maybe that's not a 2. Maybe it's a 4. No, it can't be a 4. Open for Koch. Let's see what that. No, it's the 8. Huh? What? Yeah, 1-3-8-10 for McGoldrick. And McGoldrick will miss hers. Bruce up for the Chiefs for the strike in a close game. That's big. A 96 for Koch, a 114 for McGoldrick. There's Adams. 2 strikes. Bruce. Doubles. Adams. Give her 4. Bruce. It's 7 on her last fill ball. There's Adams. Picks up the spare. 139 for Bruce. 80 something to 790 something. A 125 for Adams. Smith up for the Cougars. Leaves a 7 pin. And Lakers for Saranac. Leaves the 4-7. There's Smith. She will get a fill ball. Lakers. Will also get it. No! Cooked at the last second. Give her 9 for the frame. Give her a 143. And an 8-pin fill ball for Smith. Give her a 112. There's Weiss in the gutter. $820 something to $820 something. Menard for Northeastern. Plays the 1-3-6. Weiss gets 3 for the frame. We'll give Weiss an 83, 143 for Lakers, 112 for Smith. We've got Menard. Menard will miss her spare. Rock gets a strike. That's huge. And a close one. 840 something to 820 something. I think 131 for Menard. Looks like Saranac has wrapped up this third game. Although Hawksby is working on a strike. 8 pins for Rock. Whoa, that's an interesting little 6, 7, 8, 10. And here is Rock missing her last fill ball. Give her a 156, team total of 850 something. Hawksby studying that spare she's got to pick up. 6, 7, 8, 10. And she gets 8 for the frame. Give her a 138 and 640 something. Excuse me, 840 something to 850 something. So Saranac will take that one. So that's the way it was on this 25th day of January 2011. We've been watching viewer-supported local television, CVAC Varsity Bowling at the Mart, Saranac and the Cougars. Thanks for watching, and for those of you who understand, this is viewer-supported local television and who actually help support our continuing efforts.